for my champions, Tyrion.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Killing spree. The rest of the stuff is getting saved for when the kobold comes through. Not attacking for a little bit. Back on boss. I don't think I can even profitably rupture anymore. There we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gotta get on boss. If I can do that.
Target you.
Literally still a snowbolt alive. Okay. Problem solved.
Target you.
Cloaking that one. Oof. Pushed away.
Watch your feet.
Ooh. Okay, where's it going? No one's in my tricks range. Trying to run to find someone to tricks, but like... I don't think this is a rupture either. Yeah.
Watch your feet.
Yeah. Oh, slime pool. Alright, alright, alright. Where's our Shadow Priest? Gotta get in range of our Shadow Priest. Okay. There we go. Ice Owl. Okay. We've got some stuff. We've got a lot of cooldowns that we can send through for the massive crash. Massive crash in 11 seconds. Of course, we will vanish. Gonna energy cap here. I just have to get that killing spree off during the massive crash. Whoa, where's he going? Massive crash. Bro, he's almost dead. Is he gonna die to dots before? Alright, he's dead. Alright, alright. Okay. Next boss, Jaraxxus. Also expose armor duty, but it's fine. It's fine. We did some big damage. I liked that. I feel like that was overall pretty good execution, and landing in top 10 while doing expose on an ult, you know, it's like not as good as everyone, and, you know, not as good gear as, you know, all the mains in the raid. Like, I'm pretty happy with that. It was a good performance, I'd say. Okay, so on this boss, we want to delay our trinket activations until a little bit after the nether portal spawns. So we're going to watch this timer, and we're going to switch the trinkets around, which incurs their 45-second internal cooldown when you equip or unequip or swap them. Soon. There we go. Now, we tricks of the trade our Shadow Priest, and we get into position here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Quickly, heroes! Destroy the demon lord before it can open a portal to its twisted demonic realm. You face Jaraxxus, Eladon Lord of the Burning Legion.
Good.
Interrupt.
I actually just want a big slice and dice.
Come forth, sister. Your master calls. Flesh from bone.
That I can do this without having to worry about refreshing slice and expose. Juggling all these different abilities and trying to do a burst window like that is not, you know, it's something you have to set up for properly.
Flesh from bone.
Interrupt.
Okay, expose refresh. Do 1 point slice refresh.
Interrupt.
Flesh from bone.
Interrupt.
Inferno.
There's the Inferno.
Interrupt.
So during these AoE times, we stop maintaining Rupture, and we continue maintaining Slice and Expose. But all of our excess energy goes into just Fan of Knives.
Watch your feet.
And once these stupid Infernos go away... Cloak. Taking too much damage here.
Interrupt.
Killing spree. Lionhead Slasher, dude. Both of my ults have this item already. That is not a very contested item. It's going to ults all the time. Not exactly the loot we're looking for.
You are victorious, and now must face the next challenge.
Yeah, I typically don't pre-pot on that boss, because if I pre-pot, that means I don't get a potion during my Blade Flurry window. Which, like, the Blade Flurry window... I guess it's a haste potion. Like, maybe that's not the right call. Maybe it should be a pre-pot.
There is no conspiracy at play here.
Okay.
Warlock acted on his own volition, outside of influences from the Alliance. The tournament must go on.
Instant poison the rod. We go back to Golden Serenite. Oh, wait, hang on. Our macros broke. This is weapon R.
Only by
Golden Serenite.
Worthy.
Remorseless.
Allow us to battle in place of your knights.
There we go.
We will show these dogs what it means to insult the Horde. Very well. I will allow it. Fight with honor. Show them no mercy,
Okay.
Horde champions. Loktar Ogar!
Do. Oh, I got oh my god, dude. I got disarmed.
Watch your feet.
Oh, that's so bad.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Trying to maintain my deadly poison on as many targets as I can.
Watch your feet.
The Rod of the Sun King energy procs help that. And then the deadly poison itself just gives me energy back. Good. Continue auto-attacking to get combat potencies. Oh, okay, hang on. We'll go to Druid.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
A lot of mobs attacking me. Oh, I might die here. What's my target? Oh, I lost my target for a moment. Okay, we're probably down to few enough enemies that we should stop fanning. Hunter Trip. Oh, my. Big stun rogue. I can disarm rogue also. Okay. Blade Flurry. Still do a little bit of fan there. Adrenaline Rush number 2. Yeah, there was a bit of a scuffle. Our tank died, like, really early on. Made it hard to, you know, the initial control. Tank can usually, you know, hold the attention of the mobs for at least a couple seconds. But, like, when you, when they die on pull, you know, that's not good. And also, when I get disarmed during my Blade Flurry, it's basically a rip. But, you know, both on combat and on Assassination, I really like using... Rod of the Sun King is proving a good option. I think I do very well every time I do that on faction champions. Why should I stack attack power instead of haste? Most of my damage is from melee hit and poisons. I don't understand your question, really. Are you talking about what gems you use? Because when you talk about gems, you can compare stats directly. When you talk about items, you pretty much just pick the items that have the most stats rather than particular stats. On gems, the answer is, all the spreadsheets and simulators say that the attack power gems contribute more damage than other gems. It's that simple. And attack power, like you pointed out, most of your damage is from melee hit and poisons. Guess what attack power does? Improve the damage of both of those things. Okay, this is the only boss where I'm not exposing. We're full pump. I have on. I still have the exposed glyphs. I mean, the other glyphs I could use for this boss are kind of cringe. They like don't matter that much, so I'm just not gonna bother. Go. Why is Tricks glyph this? Well, because casting Tricks of the Trade on a damage-dealing party member, and then, like, just so they get the damage boost, and having that last 10 seconds instead of 6 seconds, you know, contributes more damage than most other glyph options. The unfortunate problem with Tricks of the Trade glyph that, oh yeah, it's a problem for people with brain damage that, you know, care about individual. I don't give a shit about that right now. I'm about to do this boss. I'll talk about how cringe that is later. What the frick is happening here? Okay, I must not have been paying attention to... I mean, I vanished. Bro, the same thing... Bro, this happened to me in Nax Ramus too. I literally vanish evasioned and I still fucking died. What the fuck?
Change target. Interrupt.
Didn't get any rebuffs yet. Do you think we're gonna get another... Do you think we're gonna get another Blade Flurry? If we do, we hold the killing spree until then. Boss is at 30%, so yeah, I think we're gonna get another Blade Flurry off. Anyways, anyone who gives a shit about their individual score assigned to them by a third-party website while participating in a team game is just, you gotta get your priorities in your life straight. I just don't give a shit at all what Warcraft logs says about my my parse score in this game is like the most omega cringe thing to care about. So whether or not, well, what would be even more insanely stupid is if you intentionally didn't cast Tricks of the Trade because you knew the damage gain for your raid didn't count for your parse, while simultaneously knowing it's the best thing you can do to make the maximum contribution to your team. Okay? I fucking hate Warcraft logs, okay? And the parse ranking system. It makes people do such stupid bullshit in this game and care about such stupid bullshit.
Arthas, you are home hopelessly outnumbered. Lay down Frostmourne, and I will grant you a just death.
Bro, if any of the officers in this guild told me, like, mentioned anything about parses and in any serious fashion, I would quit. Luckily, I've been with this guild for many years. The leadership is competent and knows that measuring someone by their parses is, stupid. Let's see. King's Might. Yeah, dude. I don't know what the deal is. I'll have to check the VOD on that Twin Valkyr. I also don't know why we, like, admittedly, I wasn't paying attention at the same time, so maybe they went over it, but I don't know why we mixed up the strategy and, like, pulled it to a different, portal. That seemed weird. It was unexpected. But also, like, I pressed evasion and I pressed vanish, and then, like, it seemed like about 2 seconds later, I died. I might have lost aggro from the mobs, and then, like, maybe a light orb came through and killed me. Maybe that's what happened. I think I'm only hitting not all of them. Yeah, the one on the far left I don't think was getting hit. Merging 15. Look that off immediately. Go for a 4 rupture. Okay. Where are we going next? There we go. I tricked wrong target. Just canceled it. I'll catch my Shadow Priest again in a moment. forgot to do this.
Overtake you.
Okay. Take this boss. Okay, whatever. We're good now. Mobs are not close enough together. That's not close enough.
Another soul to sate the host.
Wait for that burrower to die. Get the killing spree. There it is. Reign of the Unliving, Greaves of the Seventh Legion, Gloves of the Lifeless Touch, Crusader Orb, Flowing Elements, Varian's Furor. Okay. Crusader Orb. Vank, Conqueror. Triple Vank. Love to see it. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot of things. Asking, actually not trolling, says Boonja. Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of things that go into your parse have nothing to do with your individual skill or individual performance. Randomness, just like how many critical strikes do you get, how many ruthlessness procs do you get, how many relentless strikes procs do you get, how many combat potencies do you get, have a very big impact on your performance and have nothing to do with your player skill. What raid you're in has nothing to do with you individually or your individual skill or performance. Although maybe you could make an argument that, like, it's harder to get into good raids if you suck, but, like, something like that. But, like, you take the same person and you put them in a raid that kills a Nubarak in 7 minutes, and you take the same person and you put them in a raid that kills a Nubarak in 5 minutes and has, 99% uptime on armor debuff, and, major armor and minor armor, and they have, good buff and debuff uptime. Like, those aren't things that have to do with the individual, but they have a massive impact on how the individual's parse plays out on Warcraft logs. So the fundamental thing that's fucked up and stupid about, like, just completely ridiculous about the whole parse ranking system is attempting to assign an individual score to an individual's performance while they are participating in an activity that is a team game heavily influenced by RNG. It's just fundamentally, at its base level, a ridiculous thing to do. And then, like, Warcraft Logs has to make up all of its own made-up rules about what counts and what doesn't. And, they're more concerned, I would argue, that they're more concerned with making a rule set that's not abusable, rather than making a rule set that aligns with actions and activities that a good player who is trying to contribute to their team would do. And there's a lot of examples of them really missing the mark of, like, good player is all the way over here and parse-oriented player is all the way over there. And like, those two things are like, very different. One of the best examples of that was, like, Yogg Saron Phase 3 on Zero Light. They made it so damage dealt to Immortal Guardians just 100% counted for your parse. Well, anyone with half a brain would see that Fan of Knivesing the Immortal Guardians in the last 20 seconds of the fight when there are the most of them spawned does not at all help your team kill the boss. In the last 20 seconds of that encounter, you should just be smashing damage into Yogg-Saron trying to end the encounter. But, shit, you know, the parse strategy was to just spam AoE that was literally useless to the group in the last 20 seconds, because that's when your AoE was going to hit the most number of targets. You know, for all of Wrath of the Lich King, they've said, oh, Tricks of the Trade damage doesn't count towards your parse, so players just stop casting Tricks of the Trade, even though it's very obviously, you know, one of the best damage per energy contributions they can make to their team. And people come in and they ask me, they don't ask me, how can I improve on my rogue? How can I be a better World of Warcraft player? How can I help my team more or be a better rogue? They don't ask that. They ask, how can I parse better? And then you have to clarify what's, you know, is that really what you mean? Or are you one of the many people who have the misconception that parsing better is equivalent to being a better player? That, like the community is so fucked around Warcraft logs of, like, everyone assumes Warcraft logs is the be-all end-all measurement of players in Warcraft and World of Warcraft, and I'm frankly fucking sick of it and so tired of, like, having to explain over and over and over and over again that, like, being a good parser is not the same as being a good player. It so frustrates me so much. Who to tricks or what to even use it for? Okay, I can give you a breakdown on that, Kyandisu. So, generally there are two priority targets for Tricks of the Trade. That's your Affliction Warlocks and your Shadow Priests. And these guys are priority targets because they have abilities that they can snapshot once at the start of the fight and then keep refreshing them throughout the fight. And you can make it so that Tricks of the Trade bonus applies, you know, to that one ability that gets refreshed throughout the entire duration of the fight. So that's, like, very high value to Tricks of the Trade an Affliction Warlock or Shadow Priest at the start of a fight. After that, you just want to be tricksing essentially the highest individual damage dealer. But there are a couple caveats to that. You typically do not want to Tricks of the Trade a pet class or another Affliction Warlock mid-combat. The pet classes, you know, Tricks of the Trade only buffs the player damage, not the pet damage. So, like, you're not getting, you know, as much value. So, like, really good targets for mid-fight are Frost DKs, Affliction Warlocks, other rogues. If you've got, like, a Fury Warrior Pumper, that's a good target also. You're basically just trying to pick the targets that are going to be able to gain the most damage out of Tricks of the Trade. Does Tricks stack with Unholy Frenzy? I don't believe so, and there's a couple other class abilities it doesn't stack with, like Avenging Wrath from a Ret Paladin, and I believe there's a Warrior ability that it doesn't stack with. I'm trying to think, I think it's like Death Wish or something. Yeah, Death Wish. So, like, if you're Warrior, like, you don't want it to really overlap with their Death Wish. Because it's just not going to do anything. Yeah, okay, Thor, I don't know, Wald, one of your questions. Hang on, I was mid-rant. I heard that haste and hit is way better than AP or expertise for assassination. Could you oh, you were just trolling me. Okay, never mind. I mean, maybe I subconsciously don't know, Wald, it, because I knew you were trolling. Someone in my last dungeon was telling me to tricks the tank. I was confused, because I was sure I should be doing it on DPS. Well, actually, that might not have been wrong, Kyandisu. Tricks of the Trade is an ability that has a lot of varied uses. So, in a raid setting, normally, the tank threat is, like, totally fine. So you can use Tricks of the Trade as a damage boost to damage dealers. A lot of times in dungeon groups, I'm tricksing the tank. The other thing that Tricks of the Trade does is transfer all the threat you generate to the target. And And you can cancel the buff on yourself if you don't want to do that and still give the damage buff to the other person. But what you do in a dungeon, yeah, that's totally normal to like tricks the tank and then just like run up and fan of knives, and really that helps the tank grab all the mobs and have aggro for them. And competent use of tricks of the trade, like knowing when to use it on your tanks and effectively using it on your damage dealers, is something that like that's the hallmark of a good rogue who is also not a parse brain denter, you know? Okay, let me see if I missed any other chat messages. I was mid-rant, so I was in the zone. I prefer the players who play for the team rather than damage by 1000%, says Reggie Face. This is why APOC is on wound poison forever. Got him. Simon, how do I parse better with a homeowners association? Ooh. I mean, that depends on which homeowners association you're working with. I mean, like, look, that's getting into some, like, some bullshit. I don't have advice for that. Yeah, I mean, Boone just said there's some positives that the Warcraft logs provides to the community. Yeah, I do agree with that. The combat analytics that you can find out of, like, what exactly happened during an encounter, very useful. The parse ranking system, overall negative for the game, I think. I think the parse ranking system, if it didn't exist, the game would be better, because the community would be better. Okay. Also, someone said this should be a YouTube video. It already is. Look on YouTube, the problem with parsing. And you'll probably find Asmongold's reaction first. Yeah, okay, not this one. This is, I mean, it has 2 million views. But this is, yes, Asmongold reacting to my video about parsing. Scroll down. Not, wait, can I make it not do? Okay, parse error. Wow. Okay, where's my video? Hold on. We're gonna search YouTube differently. The problem with parsing. Is that gonna get it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so watch this one if you want to give Asmongold a little bit more money. Or what you could do is you could watch this one, then watch that one, and then you could also watch my reaction to Asmongold's reaction. That's also on YouTube. And I think the main problem is that Hello, my name's Simonize, and welcome to another Simonize video. We're taking a scenic flight. There you go. There you go. Link in chat.